Hello everyone, my name is Evil Joker Gaming and welcome to week 9 of College Football Mania. We're getting closer and closer to the end, so let's go ahead and get started with week 9. Last week I went 7-3, which brings my total record to 49-31. I have a really good feeling about this week, so let's go for 10-0 this week. To start things off, we have number 2 Michigan and Michigan State. Unbeaten second-ranked Michigan is a big favorite over the struggling Spartans, who have now lost 5 straight games since beating Notre Dame. Michigan State has won 7 of 8 in the series since the infamous 2007 media exchange between Spartans coach Mark Donatino and Michigan running back Mike Hart. I'm going to go ahead and go with Michigan big. Next up, we have number 10 West Virginia and Oklahoma State. West Virginia kind of looking a little scary there with their defense. They handled TCU 34-10 to remain among the nation's 9 unbeaten teams, and the Mountaineers are back in the AP Top 10 for the first time since 2012. And Oklahoma State dispatched Kansas on the road to move to 5-2. I'm going to go ahead and say West Virginia wins this one pretty easily. Next, we have Miami and Notre Dame. After a Thursday night defeat at Virginia Tech, Miami has now lost 3 straight ACC games, scoring no more than 19 points in any of them and getting outgained by a total of 387 yards. Notre Dame is 2-5 coming off an open date, but has actually outscored the opponent this season. Now, this is going to be a pretty close game, I think, but Miami's going to pull out with the win here. Next, we have number 14, Florida and Georgia. Both teams employed their traditional week off ahead of the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. And for the Gators, it's a second straight week off thanks to the postponement of the LSU game. Florida has defeated Vanderbilt and Missouri since blowing a 3-touchdown lead at Tennessee for its only loss of the year, and the Gators are now 14th in the AP poll. I'm going to go ahead and go with Florida. Next up, we have number 8 Baylor and Texas. The Bears haven't lost a game since a home setback to the Horns to a close in the 2015 regular season. Now, I know early on in the season I said I can't root for Baylor because of all the things that went on, but for the sake of going 10-0, Texas sucks, I'm going to go ahead and pick Baylor. Oh, but I just still find it funny whenever Texas beat Notre Dame, and they're like, Texas is back! Texas is back! Oh, moving on, we have number 7 Nebraska and number 11 Wisconsin. Nebraska is Wisconsin's 4th top 10 opponent of the season, but the first of those matchups in which the Badgers have been favored. Wisconsin largely controlled last week's game in Iowa, but escaped with only a 17-9 win. Nebraska held off a spirited effort from a Purdue squad playing its first game under interim coach Gerard Parker. Both teams are in the top 15 nationally in scoring defense. I'm going to go ahead and pick Wisconsin by 17. Next, we have number 15 Auburn and Ole Miss. A 5-point loss to Alabama makes Ole Miss the only team to come within 19 points of the Crimson Tide, but consecutive road losses to LSU and Arkansas have the Rebels just 3-4 on the year. Surging Auburn rolled up 543 rushing yards in a 56-3 destruction of Arkansas. And I know I picked Arkansas last week. That kind of sucks. I'm going to go ahead and pick Auburn. I ain't going to make that mistake again. Finally, we have number 3 Clemson and number 12 Florida State. Both teams were idle last week. Clemson, a week removed, an overtime escape against North Carolina State, and Florida State coming off a 17-6 home win over Wake Forest. This game has been an important indicator in recent seasons, as the winner of the matchup has claimed 5 straight ACC championships and 7 straight Atlantic Division titles. It's going to be a close one. I'm going to go ahead and pick Clemson. I also picked number 13 Boise State over Wyoming. It's now time for this week's Game of the Week. This week the Game Day crew will be live in Salt Lake City, Utah. Finally, they're not anywhere with the SEC, where we have number 17 Utah and number 4 Washington. Utah's Joe Williams came out of retirement in Week 7 to run for 179 yards at Oregon State, and this week he broke the school rushing record with 332 yards at UCLA. The Utes have a mounting injury list, but are 7-1 on the year and could remain in control of the Pac-12 South even with a loss. The Huskies are co-leaders of the North Division, unbeaten in the league play, along with rival Washington State. The Utes won at Husky Stadium last year for the school's first win over Washington in 9 meetings. But I think this is a pretty improved Washington team since last year, so my headgear pick goes to Washington. It's now time for this week's Matchup Madness. Each week we see which two teams goes head to head in NCAA football 2014. My current record is 8-0. Let's see if I could go 9-0. And the two teams this week are Alabama and Baylor. And this week I will be playing as the Crimson Tide. Oh, this should be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like. Also, all the game previews are from ESPN.com, and the matchup game will be going up tomorrow. I'm going to aim for about 6 p.m. with Batman the Telltale series part 2 coming out about 3 o'clock that time tomorrow. And be sure to click subscribe for more awesome content. Good luck to all the teams this weekend, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.